Let's go to our Cedar Hill camera. Jason, zoom into Cedar Hill for me. I want to show folks, and then we'll go to this camera real fast because I think it's like 600 feet above the surface. But man, it is really coming down right now at the location where our Cedar Hill camera is. We still have a flash flood warning that's in effect for Dallas and Tarrant until 3 o'clock in the morning. And as we watch that, do we have that? Masaki, maybe you can put that up if we can. Well, the rain is kind of letting up just a little bit right now. It's like 650 feet or something like that above the surface. A lot of lightning here. This camera's usually looking at Joe Pool Lake, but the rain's not as intense as it was 15, 20, 30 seconds ago. But and maybe let's go back to the radar. Maybe because, and there's a 33-mile-an-hour wind gust there as we go back to the radar real fast. I know Jason's taking that. We got a little bit of a break. That's probably what's happened. Maybe I saw this and that shifted off to the east, and we'll have that. It'll start picking up here again. Here, go back to that camera real fast. Go back to that Cedar Hill camera. Then we'll go back to there it is. Now it's picked back up. So we're kind of back in the heavy rain. So still have a lot of heavy rain in Dallas right now. Richard Solomon, Richard, you were at a QT in Everman. Where are you right now? It looks like you're driving along. Give me an update.
Yeah, Pete, so we're along 35, headed south towards Burleson. I mean, that rain, it slowed down for us a little bit, but it is still coming down, as you can see. We're on the roads, and one of the good things that we're noticing—
Tarrant County, it's what's happening now in Dallas County as well, and that will continue to stay the case to the south. Let's zoom out just a little bit, Jason. Let me show folks what's happening off a little bit more off to the east. So we don't have any— boy, that's one heck of a thunderstorm warning there. Look at this one, from Harlingen on down to Tyler, heading down toward Carthage. They're looking at this bow right here that's most likely producing— well, I know this is East Texas, but that is one heck of a thunderstorm watch warning box. And that's, I would guess, guys, as you're analyzing this behind the scenes, is that issued for 70-mile-an-hour winds?
Stand by, we'll take a look here.
Apparently you weren't analyzing that behind the scenes.
I was actually— we're going to tell— go ahead, it's for 80. Yeah.
For 80. Oh, for 80.
Well, the thing—
okay. It looks like it with that bow on it right here. I mean, that's not a surprise at all.
The thing we were— yeah, no, that's very intense, very impressive.
Yeah.
The thing we were looking at back here, Pete, just to show folks, near Maypearl, a pretty strong burst of wind there near Maypearl.
Okay, we'll zoom into Ellis County.
Could be in excess of 70 miles an hour right now, pretty close to Maypearl, moving toward Italy.
Turn on the, there. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at over here, and it's starting to surge up a little bit. So just a heads up for those folks there in Ellis County.
Yeah, Jason, just loop that through. Let me just see the direction. I want to put a track from these strong winds. I'm guessing it's still moving off to the, yeah, that's southeast. Jesse, is that right? Southeast, are they still moving the forward speed 50, 55 miles an hour?
Yep, still moving around that speed.
Yeah, let's put a track on that. That's heading toward you in Italy. I mean, it really has its sights set on Italy. Hopefully it falls. Have you guys had any reports of any damage in this part of Ellis County?
I have not seen any at this moment. No, we are still watching for that. Obviously, there are folks in the area, emergency managers in the area that are keeping an eye on it, but we have not seen reports just yet.
Okay. Arrival time in, Jason Joseph lives north of here. Jason, is that Boz?
Not sure.
Jason's not sure. He's lived there his whole life. He's not heard of Boz. I see it all the time. I've never heard it pronounced. I'll have to get my Texas pronunciation book out. But I do know it's Bell Branch. I have that going for me. That's at 1222. Forreston's at 1225. Italy's at 1228. And if you're new here, it is Italy. It's not any other pronunciation. Italy, 1228. Avalon, 1232. Blooming Grove, 1243. And Barry at 1246. So this will move through Ellis County. Then it'll drop off into— this is Navarra County here, of course, Canada, the county seat. So it'll move off to the southeast at about 50 miles an hour. And it'll have winds of 70+ miles an hour with it. So let's take a look. Is there a warning on this, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be the 70-mile-an-hour wind potential right now. Some enhanced winds in Ellis County near Maypearl right now that could exceed 70 miles an hour. So Italy, that has its sights set on you. Please stay alert. And you'll need to go to your safe room here momentarily because it is going to arrive, and when it does, it's certainly going to create some damage. We have seen damage in different locations across North Texas tonight from these severe thunderstorms. Let's zoom out just a little bit more. Any other area? Meteorologist Cassie Hyder here as well. Cassie, any other area of concern that you've noted when I've been talking about one, maybe you've seen another?
You know, I was just kind of watching that same one. Honestly, everything's just kind of moving off to the south and east, and just looking at the strongest part of the storms, even when you look at reflectivity, everything shifting south and east. We still have some lightning even here in Dallas County, but it's come down significantly. Most of the lightning is going to be on the leading edge of these thunderstorms as they move off to the south and east. So if anyone's concerned about severe weather, really the only problem is going to be, you know, the ponding on the roads. We've obviously still have that flash flood warning across parts of the Metroplex, and it's just going to be the rain that just won't stop for, you know, at least the next few hours or so. We're going to continue to see the rain, and we actually still have rain chances during the day tomorrow. It looks like the latest data tries to make it a little drier during the day tomorrow. But yeah, I think the strongest part of these storms is really what we've been tracking, and it continues to track away from the Metroplex.
Let's do this. Let's put our DMA map up, and then we will go into the model data for just a second. Jason, do you have that? Is that a yes? Yes. Okay. So here's the latest radar at 12:21. I know it says 11:45, but you can, there we are. But you can see what the latest is, and then we'll transition over to the model data, kind of roll you through. So it's 12:21, maybe start at, yep, I mean, this is really good. There's 1 in the morning. Let's go to 2. There we are at 3. So you can see, that's why that flood warning, flash flood warning for Dallas and Tarrant goes till 3 o'clock, because at 3 o'clock we still have rain, but it's in the process of moving away as we head towards sunrise tomorrow. You can see there's 5, so we're drying out. And what does this, was that the HRRR, guys? What does it look like during the day tomorrow? If folks are watching this right now, we do want you to know that I don't think there's a whole lot of rain up here in North Texas, Central Texas as we head through tomorrow. Do we have any redevelopment during the afternoon, guys?
It looks very low, and it looks like it's going to stay more west of the Metroplex during the day.
Okay, good news right there. Let's go back to Ellis County. I am concerned about Ellis County, the west side of Ellis County, also eastern Hill County toward Hillsboro. There's some destructive winds with this thunderstorm right now, mainly in Ellis County, but it could certainly slip into, there it is. This is Hill County. This is Navarre County. So it could certainly slip into these locations right here, kind of between, kind of right on the county line, kind of where Johnson, you're not a concern right now, but this northeastern corner of Hill, certainly this whole southwest side of Ellis County moving toward you in Italy. Now it looks like it's trying to maybe weaken a little, but there's still, Jason, can you query that, those wind speeds there? Maypearl, what do we have? Yeah, I mean, that's still some bad winds. And that's what's moving toward you in Italy. Down here in Italy right now, you're looking at 60-mile-an-hour winds. But Jason, put a track on that from just outside, just south of Maypearl, heading down toward Italy. Animate it one time for me. Yep, I mean, it's really dropping off to the southeast. So we'll put a quick track on that, moving southeast at about 50, 55 miles an hour. Yeah, that's perfect right there. There we are, Bell Branch one more time, 1227, Forston at 1228, Italy at 1232, Avalon 1235. The timing really hasn't changed. Frost 1243, Blooming Grove 1246, and Barry at 1249. So that's the latest with this thunderstorm right now. That's a severe thunderstorm, and that goes until it's 70 to 80 mile an hour winds, and that's in effect, I believe. Put that, Jason, can you put that on there? I've honestly forgotten how long that warning goes for this area. I think it's another 30 minutes or so. What time? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Another 35 minutes. So another 35 minutes. That's for southwestern Ellis County, then down into southern Ellis County. Let's head back up to the north. Misaki, who do we have out in the field right now? I know we were talking to Scoop. I know we had Richard. We had Morgan Young as well. We have Okay. And Teresa, I know you've been keeping an eye on things. The severe weather threat has shifted south of the Metroplex right now, but we're still looking at a lot of rain in Dallas and Fort Worth, and some flash flooding is a possibility. Have the power outages gone up, Teresa, or are they starting to hold fairly steady at this point?
Yeah, well, I've been keeping a close eye on it. And for Encore service area, they're kind of staying somewhat steady. We're at about 88,000. I think we're at 85,000 when I spoke to you a bit ago. Statewide, the numbers that I have been watching, that's definitely continued to go up. That's at now 157,000 customers who are out of power across the state. And the counties are just sort of lighting up, as you can imagine, as the line of storms comes across. It started in the Panhandle, and then we started to see them along the Red River, and now they're down kind of in our region with some of these power outages increasing. But I do want to let folks know that we were showing that live picture of that rescue that was underway from the high water in just kind of the northeast side of downtown Dallas on Live Oak. Good news is that scene has now cleared, and so that water has subsided, and so that is good. But just to reiterate to folks, as we have been talking about, that could happen anywhere, anytime, any moment. We've been seeing, live pictures throughout the evening from our reporters who are standing there with a little bit of rain, then all of a sudden it's a downpour, and the water really does start to rise. So it's just a good reminder, folks, if you are thinking, hey, let me just go see what the neighborhood looks like. That was a lot of wind, and I want to go see if there's any damage out there. Just don't. Stay home. Stay home. It's not a good idea. Wait until daylight to go check on anything. And just stay safe inside of your homes tonight. We're going to continue to follow all of this, but we know that this storm system does have the possibility to cause damage. I've walked you through what we know about. We know that in the Mineral Wells area, Palo Pinto County, they have said they've had damage. We know that Bonham has said they had some damage. And then we've had, different areas where we've had reporters. We had Morgan Young up in McKinney, where firefighters were fighting a house fire that we don't know for certain, but one would assume it was probably related to the storm, probably lightning caused. So anyway, that's just an example of what we've seen all across the North Texas region. And yeah, we're continuing to keep an eye on these power outages. And I keep refreshing the pages because they update about every 10 minutes. And yeah, we're still at about 88,000 power or customers without power and that Encore services, and about 155,000 customers across the state of Texas. Fingers crossed, Pete, like I said earlier, that this is not that kind of a long-term, massive damage to the lines out there. We've all been through that just within the last few years, and it sounds like that's not what we're dealing with there out there tonight, although there could be pockets that are like that.
At one point, I was told the entire town of Tioga was without power, and about half of Denison was without power.
Let me bring up, Tioga is in...
Tioga's in, is that
Cook County?
I think it's in southern Cook County, if I'm not
Yeah, so
mistaken.
Cook County, right now it's showing about 12% of customers in Cook County are without power. It doesn't break it down by city. And then let me go back and just click on this. In Grayson County, about 15% of customers in Grayson County are without power. The areas that really do have a lot of folks without power are sort of in the Panhandle. Of course, if you think about it, those may be some counties that don't have a lot of people. And so if 50% of, if a couple hundred don't have power, that could be 50% of the people.
Sure.
I think that Richard Solomon is now with us. He and photographer Josh Stephen have been sort of driving on I-35, and so let's see if we can bring Richard in and just give us an update. I know earlier you were heading towards Burleson, but what are things like now for you, Richard?
So actually, we were headed towards Burleson for a moment, but then it started to die down, so we were like, okay, let's head back up towards Fort Worth, and we're on 35 headed north towards Fort Worth, and you can see things are starting to die down, thankfully. Now, as they're starting to calm, doesn't mean that we're out of the thick of it yet. I mean, coming up here a couple of minutes ago, we saw several strikes of lightning. So that storm is still very much still here. It is starting to weaken in this area, which is a good thing. On the roads have been pretty much clear as it stands for other drivers. We've seen a couple folks here and there, but they've been driving under the speed limit. They've had their hazard lights on. I'm also keeping an eye out for any ponding water. I know that could be an issue as folks are headed to work here in a couple of hours, as it's Monday morning, but I mean, certainly a lot calmer than what we've seen all evening long for the most part. I know I'm soaking wet. My jacket's drenched. I had a good bath out there tonight. But for now, you know, it is starting to clear up for the most part. So things are looking a little bit drier on our end.
That's good news. All right, Richard, well, be safe out there. I know you and photographer Josh Steven have covered a lot of ground, and as you said, you've been through a lot. So stay safe as you continue to make your way back up here towards Tarrant County.